Good morning, everybody. This is Inderjeet Singh Ji on the dais, Shri Kapil Kaur Ji, Sanjeev Rajdan Ji, Mr. Raman Sidhu, Mr. Agarwal, and very close and very dear to the past, all of you present here in the hall. I welcome you all to this seminar organized by FAST on emerging scenario in aviation. In India needs a matching infrastructure and support services. It's very important subject, but at the very outset, let me apologize on behalf of Dr. V.K. Singh, the Minister of State for Civil Aviation, and Shri Dushyant Chautala Ji, Deputy Chief Minister of Haryana. Both of them, till as late as yesterday lunch, were slated and had accepted, and we were looking forward to welcome them here today. But all of us are aware of not the weather, but the hot environment in the country where people are moving from left to right. One has gone to Lucknow and another, Chautala, has gone to Jaipur last time. So on their behalf, I sincerely apologize to the audience. We will miss their presence and pearls of wisdom which would have come out of them. As far as the demand for the travel in India is concerned, it is rising by every day. The northward curve of the people using the aviation as a mode of transportation is increasing leaps and bounds, and we are expected to become the third largest population traveling by air in the world, not very late, as early as 2030. Now, that be so, even today as we are, all major airports, when you go, they have started looking like a railway platform of yesteryears. They are cluttered, they are overflowing with the passengers. And one feels sorry for them that they are paying a hefty sum to travel, but not the comforts which an air traveler deserves. And that is where the question lies. This increase has to be matched with infrastructural and other developments simultaneously. Not only this, a large demand has been raised by Air India and Indigo for increasing their air fleet. The Air India has ordered 470 aircraft, whereas Indigo has ordered 500 Airbuses. Once these are introduced and the passenger traffic expected to reach 110 crores by 2040, you can imagine the state of our airports. What we need is almost doubling or tripling of the resources around. The government of India, of course, has planned to increase from 131 active airports till 2022 to nearly 220 by 225, which is almost doubling up the number of airports. What will it mean is we will be connecting more remote areas, we will be creating new routes, and of course this will mean larger and larger population utilizing this means of transportation. With this increase and requirement of infrastructure, the requirement of funds on the government would increase manyfold. While agreeing that the government is prepared to spend this much, but to support its development, all-round development, and including the airport, I personally have the opinion that the private investors will have to come in a big way. We have had this concept of public-private partnership for a long time, which in my personal opinion has not succeeded to the level to which I had expected about 10 years back. This model will have to be redrawn to attract the private players to support the government in developing the airport infrastructure. It will have to take in account that during the last 10 years, a large number of private players who entered with great enthusiasm in the aviation sector have had to close down. Why have they closed down? What is it? Well, if the government, as a government, if you expect the private investors will put in money to lose that money, we are sadly mistaken. Every private investor invests money if he sees reasonable profit. Not a huge hefty profit, but at least a reasonable profit is expected by him. And we should accept that fact. It is this acceptance which is missing. We want them to give their money and lose it out to us. That's the government. No, it won't work. We'll have to draw out a new model of attracting private investors. Another thing is that the technology infusion which is taking place at a very, very fast pace. We are lagging behind in bringing that into our airports and air services and managing the air transportation. We will have to put greater and greater reliance on infusing technology as well as making the population traveling with the air to understand and utilize them. I myself find it difficult to do tele-check-in and all, but that thing has to disappear. Another interesting thing is 5% of the GDP is contributed by aviation sector. What it amounts to is that a large number of jobs are created by this sector. The government has to understand that there is a need to create new job opportunities. And here is a sector which offers and lends itself in creating more and more jobs. Another sector which needs attention is the cargo. We in the last few years have been emphasizing in past seminars and outside, there is a great deal of improvement needed in the cargo sector to make India as a hub of this part of the world. It is possible, not only because of the geographical location of India, but India as an emerging power should emerge as a hub of cargo as well. And lastly, the MRO. Somehow this MRO has not drawn the attention it deserves. Creation of MRO facilities within the country is extremely important to check the outflow of foreign exchange. In fact, it should become a foreign exchange earner, which is well on the cards, and we've got to pay attention towards this. All these and many more aspects of the infrastructural development and sustainability of the air travel will be discussed during the two business sessions which will follow the inaugural session, and very worthy speakers have agreed to lend their helping hand to us to make all this available to you, and it will be up to us, up to the government to modify its I think aviation policy was in 1916, if I am not wrong. That needs to be updated, I wouldn't say modified, updated to cater for the emerging scenario. With this, I rest my case and leave it for the MC to proceed further. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for those warm words of welcome and for setting the content for today's seminar.